Welcome to the Woman Angler and Adventurer Podcast, inspiring real women with a passion for fishing and the outdoors to go get their adventure on. Now, here's your host, Master Captain Angie Scott.
Hey everyone, it's Angie Scott, your host of the Woman Angler and Adventurer Podcast. I can't believe it, but here we are at the end of our 2024 season, and what a journey it's been. With 25 episodes, we've covered so much ground this year and met so many incredible people and shared stories that inspire and empower. Today, I want to just take a moment to reflect on some of the amazing episodes we've had and to thank all of you for coming along for the ride. I also want to quickly shout out and thank all our sponsors of the show, including Adventurous Magazine, the only women's hunting and fishing outdoor magazine. It is amazing. If you guys aren't subscribed, you are truly missing out. So we do have a coupon code if you want to be able to save 15% off your subscription, which is Woman Angler. Put that in at checkout, save 15%. You will not regret being subscribed to this amazing publication. So huge shout out to Adventurous for what you do, and also to Polyform US Fenders and Buoys. We just had Barb Foss on last week from Polyform to kind of give you guys some insight on why it's important to think about the quality of your fenders and buoys to protect your boats. And I hope you learned something from that. But huge shout out to Polyform for your support of the podcast, as well as Stealth Mode, Stealth Quick Release Rod Holders. Huge shout out to them for all their support over the years, and iBass 360 as well. Love those guys and what they're doing. They have a new digital magazine, so be sure to go to the website ibass360.com and be checking that out. Freedom Boat Club of Tennessee. I could not do anything of what I'm doing now without the support of Freedom Boat Club. So thank you so much, as well as to Crestliner, Mercury, Z-Pro Lithium, St. Croix Rods, 7 Reels, and Costa Sunglasses. Thank you all so much for all your support, not just this season, but over the years. You know, I love the loyalty and, you know, just the willingness to support something that shines a light and showcases women in fishing, hunting, and other outdoor adventures, because, you know, it's not easy to come by, and some companies are starting to come around, but these guys have been with us for a long time. Just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So I did intend to continue the season over September and October as well, but to be honest, we have had so much going on, just, you know, aging parents and that type of thing that I'm sure some of you have had to deal with, and just some other random stuff that personally I thought it would be best just to end the season now here at the end of August, so that we can give some proper attention to some important areas of our lives over the next several weeks before we hopefully head down to our winter home in Florida again, and of course maybe squeeze in some enjoying of fall fishing adventures on the Crestliner along the way. And speaking of Crestliner, there's a chance I might be bringing the Crestliner MX-19 with me down to Florida. There's a marina, as I learned last year, it's only like 5 minutes from the RV park where we stay. If they have space when we go down, I'm hoping to bring it with us and really get into exploring some more inshore fishing, a little more in depth than I've done in the past, and possibly also take it on some shorter trips, to some freshwater locations like Okeechobee, and maybe back up to the Harris Chain. And that said, an early stop for the 2025 LBA season is planned for Florida. So, you know, that would have to be a no-brainer, of course. So we'll see how it all plays out, and I'll be sure to continue to keep everyone posted. You can follow me on social media to keep up. The main places are facebook.com/thewomanangler. That's my personal profile. And then we also have the podcast page. If you just search for the Woman Angler and Adventure podcast on Facebook. And then we also have the private group. So if you're not a part of that, feel free to search for the Woman Angler and Adventurer in the groups option on Facebook, and we'll be sure to add you. And then Instagram. So Instagram at the Woman Angler. Those are the main places where you can go follow along and be sure to be able to keep up with everything that's going on. That said, it seems like just yesterday we kicked off the 2024 season with a recap of what we'd been up to over the off season down in Florida during that 2023 late fall, early 2024 time period. And we also gave a sneak peek of some excitement that was to come. And I'll be honest, there were a couple of topics we probably mentioned that didn't come to fruition this season that we were hoping to make happen. But due to, this and that, different reasons, some of those topics didn't get recorded. But rest assured, I'm going to be hard at work over the coming months, gathering even more content and impactful, hopefully, content for you to enjoy in 2025, including any topics that you've requested that we haven't been able to make happen yet. I keep an ongoing list, and I continue following up if it's a specific guest suggestion that you've sent in or a topic to get that set up. So continue to keep those coming. Which, by the way, if you ever have any topic or guest suggestions, just go to the website, thewomanangler.com. There's a button at the very top that says contact, and that will go directly to me if you fill that out. There's also a little microphone on the bottom right-hand corner of the website that you can leave us a voicemail, and that will also come directly to me. So whichever way you prefer, or you can just email me, Angie at thewomanangler.com, and I will get all of those suggestions, and I welcome them. And thank you for all of you who have submitted those. One in particular that I was really excited about this season was the opportunity to interview the famous author and commercial fisherman Linda Greenlaw. I know your boat is one of your biggest investments. In some cases, it's your office or your home. So protecting it with Polyform US fenders is a must. From the G Series utility fenders to the heavy-duty F Series fenders, Polyform will protect your wake boat, commercial fishing boat, or yacht. Their strong, single-piece construction is created with even wall thickness for maximum strength and durability. Polyform US fenders are unparalleled in quality and offer the largest selection of sizes and colors in the market. They've been made in America for over 40 years and are trusted by boat owners worldwide as the best way to protect their investment on the water. Visit your local marine dealer and ask for Polyform US fenders by name, or visit us online at polyformus.com. Some of you knew her from the TV show The Deadliest Catch as well, and that was just an amazing conversation. So if you missed that one, be sure and go back and check out episode 320, which any episode, if you have the episode number, you can just go to thewomanangler.com/320 in this case, and it will take you directly to that episode, or you can find it on your favorite podcast platform. But this one particular opportunity came in via listener suggestion. So like I said, please send those suggestions in. You never know when, something like this might come up. But it's always fun, just to have conversations, even if it's somebody who's not, professional or anybody on the highest level, but meeting some new anglers. It's always just refreshing to talk to them, both competitive and recreational anglers, sharing their stories, such as the amazing Elizabeth Eastman, who fishes competitively for Auburn University. I had her on back on episode 317, and her story of, the challenges of transitioning from a high school fishing angler to college. So that was really interesting to hear her story, especially since she started out as mainly like a saltwater angler. So definitely check that out if you missed it. We also had Cathy Sanders, speaking of saltwater. We did a 2-part series with her to talk about surf fishing, which is something I absolutely love so much, but don't get to do near enough. So hopefully after talking to Cathy, really inspired me to get out there and do some more surf fishing. She had some amazing tips for those that, would maybe have never done it before and want to get started. So kudos to Cathy. Thank you for being on the show and sharing all of that valuable information. We had a couple recreational anglers whose love for fishing is just so infectious. They were actually some of my favorite conversations from this season. One being Mariah Formica, the lead singer of the all-female rock band Plush, and Lorraine Parkinson, whom I recently got to introduce to the whole experience of tournament fishing with Beth and Lori from Two Chicks in a Boat, which, by the way, I had Beth and Lori on earlier in the season to talk about everything they're doing, all the wonderful things with their women's team trail. Gosh, it's just been so much fun. Another one, after all these years of doing the show, I finally got to have Misty Wells on from the TV show Let's Take It Outside. And we hope to do some fishing together this winter down in Florida. So you'll likely be hearing more from Misty in the future. Hopefully y'all are watching her series and taking in all the amazing content that she's putting out on that show. Conservation is always an important topic for this podcast, because if we didn't have people out there looking out for us conservation wise, we wouldn't be able to get out there and enjoy what we love to do in the outdoors. And so I had several guests on this season, different guests to talk about conservation, from Martha Guyas to Mike Leonard from the ASA, Shannon Martin up on the Kenai River in Alaska. And we even jumped into it on the hunting side of things with Miguela Minto up in Canada, and also Howl for Wildlife's John Stallone. There's so much more of this past season. I'm not going to mention every single one, but rest assured, if you missed anything, you can always go back and listen. That's the beauty of podcasts. I mean, you can go back and listen all the way back to 2018 if you wanted to. I mean, this is episode 340. Tons of listening to enjoy. I like to binge listen to my favorite podcasts sometimes if I'm going on a road trip or, doing something boring like some deep cleaning or something, just to kind of keep things more interested and help the time go by a little faster. So in the meanwhile, be sure you're subscribed to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform so that you'll get alerted anytime fresh content gets released. Who knows, there might even be some surprise bonus episodes sprinkled in for you before the new season comes, which is set to kick off in March of 2025. And thanks again for supporting the show. Remember to keep topic and guest suggestions flowing in. Go to thewomanangler.com, the contact button, or the voicemail feature, or by emailing me directly, Angie@thewomanangler.com. Leave a rating and review while you're there, as well as on your favorite podcast platform. It really helps to support the show. Follow us on social media. Keep fishing, keep adventuring. There's so much out there to enjoy. Until then, we'll see you next time.